Welcome to This Week in Astrology. This is episode number 682 for October 16 through 31, 2025. A massively aspected Libra New Moon highlights the second half of October. We also have Neptune revisiting Pisces, Jupiter square Chiron, and 3 fast planets running a slower planets gauntlet. These interpretations focus on major events and larger themes. In the show notes, I link to the chronological event listing in my written forecast. Thanks so much for joining me. I'm your host, Benjamin Bernstein. I record these forecasts as an audio podcast and a video, so take your pick. The video version includes detailed chart graphics, which you can also see in my written forecasts at astroshaman.com. Be sure to subscribe to This Week in Astrology, and if you haven't already, be sure to click the link in the show notes for 2 chances to win a free Astrology Plus session with me each month. In fact, I announce our October winner during this episode. Keep your ears peeled if you have entered. Look for section titles in the show notes so you can jump right to the part you want. As of October 16, the moon is waning, 4 retrograde planets, and 4 continuing aspect patterns. See details and links to all this in the show notes. A massively aspected new moon at 28 degrees 21 minutes Libra lines up on October 21st at 8:25 a.m. EDT. Any Libra new moon is great for new beginnings in relationships, creativity, and aesthetic appreciation, as well as harmony and balance. Talk about aspects. This new moon connects with all the social and outer planets: Jupiter, Saturn, Chiron, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And these planets create 2 powerful aspect patterns with the luminaries, a grand cross and a finger of God. All these factors make this one of the strongest lunations of 2025. For starters, this waxing moon holds unimaginable power for new starts or fresh energy in these Libra themes. What important relationships is it time to begin or energize? What creative projects is it time to kick off or develop? Where can you work toward greater equilibrium? The aspect patterns. This new moon's grand cross contains the moon, sun, Jupiter, Chiron, and Pluto. The finger of God, or Yod, also contains the luminaries, along with Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. However, I don't feel these aspect patterns working separately. Instead, I feel their combined energy as one huge mega pattern. What can we say about this behemoth? For one thing, every planet connects to the luminaries with hard or semi-hard aspects: 2 squares, 3 quincunxes, and an opposition. Can you say challenge for growth? Don't expect this waxing moon period to be easy, but rest assured that every challenge, skillfully mastered, can increase your abilities and resourcefulness, and maybe even deepen your spiritual awakening. A human can only do so much as an unawakened ego. To learn how to quickly and easily call in the assistance of your higher self, which is vastly more capable than your human self in critical areas like healing, awakening, and energetically supporting others, watch my free invocation video. That's linked in the show notes, or you can just go to astroshaman.com/invocations. This new moon locks into formation with 3 great gods of change. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, the history-shaping outer planets, are weaving a rare and potent aspect pattern that will stretch through mid-2030. Among all the astrological alignments of the 2020s, this mini-grand trine shines forth as the crown jewel. Whenever the outer planets interact, history bends. Think back to the revolutionary 1960s when Uranus and Pluto joined forces. The world was changed forever. Now, for the first time in over 250 years, all 3 outer planets are aligning with incredible exactness. We won't see them converge with such intensity for another 170 years. This is truly a once-in-a-lifetime threshold. Not only that, Saturn, conjunct Neptune, temporarily joins the mini-grand trine until mid-April. This amplifies this aspect pattern's force and helps physically manifest its potential. Every new moon is a seed point, a chance to begin again, but this one is supercharged. Whatever you set in motion now carries an extraordinary current of momentum. Don't limit yourself to Libra themes. This energy can potently fuel any kind of fresh start. Each outer planet contributes its own medicine to this new moon alchemy. Pluto, square the sun and moon, invites you to claim deeper power and wealth, not just materially, but in your personal evolution. He asks you to confront and heal the buried wounds that keep recycling pain. Shadow work may feel daunting, but it's the gateway to profound transformation. Pluto also governs sacred sexuality, reminding us that the deepest intimacy transcends the physical into soul-deep ecstasy. Neptune, quincunx the luminaries, awakens your spiritual awareness, infuses your creativity with divine sparks, and helps you slip into a flow state where inspiration pours through. He encourages compassion, dream work, and unconditional love as guiding forces. Uranus, quincunx the luminaries, calls you to embrace your uniqueness and broadcast your authentic self. His intuitive nudges are lightning bolts of guidance. Trust them. Uranus also urges you to share your gifts in service to others, especially those talents that bring you the most joy. Chiron, opposite the luminaries, joins Pluto in stirring up whatever trauma healing serves your highest good. Fortunately, my free healing invocation makes this surprisingly quick and easy. Just call your higher self to do the healing for you, then passively feel that old pain flush away. Again, that's linked in the show notes, or go to astroshaman.com/invocations. Chiron can also help you step into your power as a healer or wisdom giver. Saturn, quincunx the luminaries and conjunct Neptune, lends structure and wisdom. He helps you map your vision, manage your time, and embody maturity. His union with Neptune makes it easier to anchor spiritual awakening into daily life and manifest what you imagine through disciplined focus. Jupiter, square the luminaries, is the solar system's natural amplifier. He boosts the power of all the other aspects. Jupiter can also fill you with a sense of adventure, helping you see your new moon goals as thrilling quests. As ancient astrology's great benefic, Jupiter can increase your luck, and his placement in Cancer can fire up emotional excitement to help you stay motivated. This new moon is not just another lunar reset. It's a cosmic ignition point, powered by the potency of all the slower planets. This new moon Sabian symbol is mankind's vast, enduring effort to reach for knowledge transferable from generation to generation. That's a mouthful. The hugeness of mankind could feel overwhelming, so let's shrink the symbol down to a manageable size. What do you feel called to learn? What ideas feel important to pass on to others? Are you already doing this? If not, is it about time you got started? Synchronicity alert. The previous lunation, an Aries full moon, had the Sabian symbol, an Indian weaving a blanket in the light of the setting sun. Part of my interpretation said, this symbol speaks of the integration of tradition and creativity in service to future generations. The weaver is taking what has been handed down and skillfully shaping it into something enduring. Wow. There's no mistaking these symbols' shared theme. This synchronicity invites you to ponder what you'll be passing on to those who follow us. Neptune retrogrades back into Pisces on October 22nd at 5:51 a.m. EDT. Neptune entered Aries on March 30th, starting his latest 165-year journey through the zodiac. After this 3-month Pisces farewell tour, he'll settle definitively into Aries on January 26th. He'll stay continuously in the sign of the Ram for over 12 more years through mid-2038. At this point, Neptune is straddling signs. Just because he's temporarily back in Pisces does not make his Aries influence disappear. To learn about Neptune in Aries, click the link in the show notes. Neptune in Pisces is easy to interpret because the planet and sign are synonyms. Neptune is the modern ruler of Pisces and has the same keywords. The planet and sign both represent the 12th and final astrological archetype. The life-affirming potentials of Neptune in Pisces, as well as Neptune in Pisces, begin with spiritual awakening. To learn how quick and easy this can be, experience my free embodied awakening invocation, linked in the show notes, as I said earlier. Neptune and Pisces also support divine inspiration and functioning in flow state. You can dive into conscious dreaming and dream interpretation, and you can open to greater unconditional love and compassion. All power can go high or low, and the 12th archetype is no exception. Its challenging potentials include addiction, substance abuse, and excessive escapism. You should also beware of aimless drifting or playing the victim. Other dark possibilities include deception, propaganda, and gaslighting. Life gives you more of what you focus on. To keep these low potentials away, keep your attention on the positive potentials of Neptune and Pisces. Energy follows attention. Next, Jupiter square Chiron, which strongly influences both 2025 and 2026, aligns on October 23rd at 6:19 p.m. EDT. That's around 25 degrees. Jupiter's at 25 Cancer and Chiron is at 25 Aries. This triple hit aspect will occur again on December 21st of 2025 and July 1st of 2026. Its orb or influence lasts nearly a year, August 26, 2025 through August 18, 2026. These planets share some similar meanings. Chiron is the mentor, while Jupiter is the professor, philosopher, or guru. So both planets support you in giving or receiving wisdom. Jupiter is especially keen on insights from other cultures. This is a wonderful time to expand your knowledge where it counts or share your insights with others. Chiron is the wounded healer. His expansion by Jupiter can trigger your unhealed traumas, but you also have expanded energy available to heal your emotional wounds. This is a great time to get wisdom or healing support from others or step out as a healer or wisdom giver yourself. Jupiter's placement in Cancer amplifies your opportunities for emotional healing. Next, relationship challenges and opportunities, as well as other potentials, are potentiated by one aspect and two aspect patterns involving Venus and Juno. You can enjoy magical outcomes in your relationships, creativity, and finances thanks to a Venus-Jupiter quintile, Venus 6 Libra, Jupiter 24 Cancer, on October 18th. Venus is especially powerful in Libra, one of her home signs. Not only that, Venus and Jupiter are the two benefics, or lucky planets, of ancient astrology. The quintile is an aspect of divine inspiration, so tune into your inner guidance. Relationship healing is potently supported by two aspect patterns that start in October's second half. A Thor's hammer with Juno, Jupiter, and Chiron starts on October 17th, peaks on November 1st, and ends on November 13th. Then a Grand Cross with Venus, Jupiter, Chiron, and Pluto starts on October 30th, peaks on November 5th, and ends on November 9th. The healing theme is established by wounded healer Chiron, who appears in both aspect patterns. Pluto, another planet associated with deep dive healing, is part of the Grand Cross. Relationships are represented by Juno, committed partnership, or Venus, all-important relationships. Jupiter is in both aspect patterns, amplifying the energies of the other planets. Jupiter also supports deeper understanding, hope, and the joyous expansion that follows a major healing breakthrough. I'll have the rest of the forecast after this brief message. I am excited to share the newest Amazon review for my book. Its headline is Wonderful Techniques for Self-Care and Healing Others. Kay posted her 5-star Amazon review on September 22nd. She wrote, quote, Benjamin has written a great book. The techniques are easy and so very effective. My day begins with evoking instant divine assistance. I use the healing invocations in my healing sessions. This is the real deal, end quote. Thank you, Kay. The complete title of my #1 bestseller is Instant Divine Assistance, your complete guide to fast and easy spiritual awakening, healing, and more. It's available in 4 different formats: ebook, audiobook, paperback, and hardcover for as little as $3.99. It's also in Kindle Unlimited. Click the link in the show notes to learn more or go to astroshaman.com/book. Back to the forecast. The Sun and Mercury run a gauntlet of aspects with the slower planets in the second half of October. Mars begins this process in late October and finishes in early November. These gauntlets last between 8 and 11 days. The effects of any aspect, except the moon, last at least 2 weeks, a week before and a week afterward. So these rapid-fire aspects are all active simultaneously. There is no way to isolate one aspect's effects from the others. Since I'm writing this forecast for a general audience, it would be too cumbersome and repetitive to dissect the individual effect of each slower planet aspect. Instead, I'm viewing the slower planets as a single, massive, energizing force, supercharging the meanings of the faster planet and its signs. I also consider whether most of the aspects are flowing, hard, or semi-hard. The Sun is first in and fastest through. In 8 days, October 17th through 24th, he makes 6 aspects and 1 sign change. He also participates in 2 aspect patterns, a Grand Cross and a Yod. The Sun's aspects are all hard or semi-hard, so the effects are more likely to be difficult. Given the Sun's basic meanings, you might experience challenges with your vitality or sense of identity. The Sun is in Libra through October 22nd at 11:51 p.m. EDT. Watch for challenges in your relationships or creative expression. Then the Sun moves into Scorpio. This sign's challenges might relate to wealth, power, and shadow work. Other Scorpio themes include occult practices, sacred sex, and personal transformation. Even though the Sun's aspects and aspect patterns are hard or semi-hard, you could still experience positive effects in any of the meanings of the Sun, Libra, or Scorpio. Mastering an archetype's challenging manifestations always unlocks its life-affirming potentials. Here are the Sun's aspect patterns and aspects. A Grand Cross with the Sun, Jupiter, Chiron, and Pluto started on October 14th, peaks on the 21st, and ends on the 27th. A Yod with the Sun, Uranus, and Neptune starts on the 18th, peaks on the 23rd, and ends on the 27th. By the way, in this podcast, to avoid overwhelming you, I do not give the degree numbers of the following aspects, but you can see them in my blog post at astroshaman.com. So here's all those Sun aspects. October 17th, Sun square Jupiter and Sun opposite Chiron. The 19th, Sun quincunx Saturn. The 22nd, Sun quincunx Neptune, and the Sun also enters Scorpio on the 22nd at 11:51 p.m. EDT. On the 23rd, Sun quincunx Uranus, and on the 24th, Sun square Pluto. Next up, Mercury. Mercury makes no aspect patterns during its gauntlet, but does skip through 8 aspects and a sign change in 11 days. That's October 20th through the 30th. These aspects are mostly harmonious. It can help you learn, write, teach, and communicate more effectively. Mercury is in Scorpio through October 29th at 7:02 a.m. EDT. This supports research and investigation and makes it easier to entertain thoughts that would normally be taboo. Scorpio is a fixed sign, so you can also enjoy more sustained mental focus. It will be easier to think more adventurously after Mercury moves from Scorpio to Sagittarius. You might want to delve into religion, philosophy, or the meaning of life. Sagittarius also supports advanced learning and wisdom sharing. So here are Mercury's aspects. On the 20th, Mercury conjunct Mars and Mercury quintile Pluto. On the 24th, Mercury quincunx Chiron and Mercury trine Jupiter. October 25th, Mercury trine Saturn. The 29th, Mercury trine Neptune and Mercury enters Sagittarius at 7:02 a.m. EDT. Also on the 29th, Mercury opposite Uranus. And on the 30th, Mercury sextile Pluto. Mars is trailing close behind Mercury. This means he's also making mostly harmonious aspects with the slower planets and will also move from Scorpio to Sagittarius. He runs his gauntlet in 10 days. Mars embodies 4 main drives: warrior, pioneer, sexual being, and entrepreneur. But even with mostly harmonious aspects, be sure to steer clear of his shadow side. This can include anger, violence, and sexual predation. Mars is strongly empowered in Scorpio, a sign he co-rules. Scorpio also gives extra energy to sexuality, a theme it shares with Mars. Mars is happy with primal pleasure, while Scorpio can elevate eroticism into the realm of sacred soul blending. Here are Mars aspect patterns and aspects. An envelope with Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto starts on October 26, peaks on November 2nd, and ends on November 11th. A cradle with Mars, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto starts on October 26, peaks on November 5th, and ends on November 17th. October 27, Mars quincunx Chiron. The 28th, Mars trine Jupiter. The 29th, Mars trine Saturn. I know this is the second half of October forecast, but as a bonus, here are the Mars slower planet aspects in this series that continue into November. November 3rd, Mars trine Neptune. The 4th, Mars enters Sagittarius at 8:01 a.m. EST, and also on the 4th, Mars opposite Uranus, and finally on November 6th, Mars sextile Pluto. As a reminder, my interpretations focus on major events and larger themes. In the show notes, I link to the chronological event listing in my written forecast. Coming in my November 1 through 15 forecast, Mercury retrograde. By the way, that's going to be November 9th at 2:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're also going to have a Taurus full moon. Uranus returns to Taurus, Jupiter retrograde, and more. Be sure to tune in for that. Would you like to speed up your healing and awakening as part of an uplifting community of dedicated awakeners like you? Then check out Awakening Plus, my affordable online membership that can put your personal transformation into high gear. You can choose from about a dozen Zoom calls, between 12 and 15 actually, every month, as well as an ever-expanding archive of more than 850 events that can profoundly change your life. This extraordinary membership also gives you 24/7 community connection and personal support. You'll also benefit from 6 courses and much more to help you awaken, heal, connect, and thrive. To find out more, click the link in the show notes or visit awakeningplus.com. That's awakeningplus.com. And by the way, the first month is just $1 to try it. Also, my Deep Dive Trauma Healing Service is your potent opportunity for profound personal transformation. It includes 12 hours of deep dive trauma healing, spiritual awakening, and more. You can do this intensive multi-day experience online or in person. And it includes a full year of ongoing support from Awakening Plus. Click the link in the show notes to learn more, or go to astroshaman.com/deep dive. I mentioned at the top of the show, I'm going to announce our October session winner, and I'm doing that now. Her name is Troiana. It is spelled Troiana. She's the only one. So if that is you, please pop me an email, benjamin@astroshaman.com, and we will get you set up with your free reading. Congratulations, Troiana. And to you, thank you for being here. Once again, I'm Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. I can serve you with astrology readings, shamanic healing, one-of-a-kind life coaching, and deep dive trauma healing. And as I mentioned, I run the Awakening Plus online membership for spiritual support. You can learn about all this and more at astroshaman.com. Please reach out if you have any questions. My email is benjamin@astroshaman.com, and my number for voice and text is 828-338-9852. That's in the United States. I'd love to connect with you. We are wrapping it up. If I have earned it, please leave me a 5-star rating, review, or comment wherever you're getting this episode to help others discover it. Thank you again for spending this time with me. I wish you infinite blessings as the stars light your way.